Red Flag Alaska and the Joint Pacific-Alaska Range Complex, the ultimate combination of a training exercise and proving ground that has challenged warriors for decades. For Red Flag Alaska 20-3, challenges arose in many forms.
The exercise planning takes 8 months. Due to COVID, we had to reduce that to 45 days and we got it done. In addition, we had to reduce our footprint from roughly 1,700 people to around 900 people. And that calls for operations not only here at Eielson and Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, but Fairchild Air Force Base in Washington and Ellsworth Air Force Base in South Dakota.
The opportunity to pave the way forward enabled the debut of the world's most advanced fighter to fly in the Pacific Air Force's premier exercise.
The 356 Fighter Squadron is just starting their first Red Flag. This is the first time when we've flown 4 aircraft together at the same time. And then we're combining with the other F-35s and the F-22s to make a large force exercise and a lot of airplanes in the airspace at the same time.
A great player never stands alone. For this exercise, 5th generation aircraft were joined by wingmen in the air and on the ground.
I've probably participated in 4 or 5 red flags over my career, and I've flown probably a couple dozen red flag sorties. So these fighters, they burn through a lot of gas playing out there. And without us up there, you know, their training gets shortened exponentially. But one quick trip up to us, top off their tanks, then go back there and then keep training.
As far as just refueling itself, the pace is very different. It's actually what you get at deployed locations. So from the communication with the fighters to the mission execution, everything exactly is almost the same as when you're deployed.
The point of the red flag for us is to add that additional factor of the air threat, and so we get to monitor that air war and determine if we are safe to continue to our targets or not, and then it provides us a complicated scenario that we don't normally get to see. So we do get a lot of value participating in exercises like this.
But no exercise is complete without a worthy adversary.
In order to challenge the 5th generation participants that are here for Red Flag, the aggressors utilize many different tactics that we've seen and that we expect adversaries to use.
2 opposing forces clash with one goal in mind.
A lot of people put a lot of sweat equity into this exercise. So after 14 days, everyone is exhausted. But what they got out of those 14 days is that combat-like experience that prepares them if the klaxon bell rang.
More than ever, Red Flag Alaska 20-3 was a sign of what's to come, not only for the future of the exercise itself, but also for the future of advanced air warfare.